I have waited a long time for this. Once the Doctor is exterminated, I shall build a new race of Daleks. They will be even more deadly. And I, Davros, shall be their leader. This time we shall triumph. My Daleks shall once more become the supreme being.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another Doctor Who action figure review. Okay, in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the Doctor Who History of the Daleks set. Now, this was one that was released just last year, but I've only just managed to get my hands on it quite recently. Now, I did originally buy the Supreme Dalek and the Grey Drone separately. Now, I have realised there's always a Chase variant, so I was kind of in two minds whether to pass on it or get it, because I did manage to track down the original Resurrection of the Daleks Dalek from eBay, which was, oh god, it was going back a few years now, but I just really wanted to pair these with Davros, because I very recently got Davros on eBay as well, for £60. So literally, I thought it was necessary to buy this. I'm thinking of giving like the other Supreme Dalek to my partner, but I am really thinking about making a red Dalek just to go with the black Dalek, because I think it said that, I don't know how accurate this is, but it was supposed to have a red Dalek in this story. So if I'm wrong, just let me know, but hey ho, on with the video. Correction, sorry, it was featured in the novelization, but I think it would be really cool to try and paint one of these up, just because having a spare Supreme Dalek, you know, I've got a few Necros Daleks, and I've got quite a little army of Grey Drone Daleks from this story now, and from Revelation of the Daleks, as you can see in the back. Now, I think this set is really good for those that missed out. Now, I originally I didn't collect this set, and it went for stupid money. It still goes for stupid money on eBay. Now, I know how highly collectible, you know, these can be. I actually prefer the newer grey colour, because the original Daleks that were released from the store do appear to be quite bluish. Now, I know it's to do with like the lighting and how they appeared on camera and on the set, but you know what? When you see them all together, which we'll do towards the end, I think it's quite fun, you know, to have them on display. And if I had anywhere to put them, I just think it's really cool that they've gone out of the way. I think it was a bit weird that they did release the first Doctor with the Death Zone Dalek and then jump straight to Revelation, but I mean, I don't really get the marketing side, but I know a few people have said it's because like they don't want too many Daleks looking the same and just sitting on the shelf. Now, the only Daleks that I didn't really collect from History of the Daleks was the Genesis Daleks, because I did have a Genesis Dalek and Davros, and they kind of reminded me of a little bit similar to the Metal Gun Grey Daleks. Anyway, I'm ranting. Let's jump straight into the video. So to kick things off, the figures actually are housed in the new designed box, which has got the white and the 60th anniversary logo with the new Doctor Who logo. It also has a blurb on the back with some legal character options and copyright stuff littered all over the box. I think it's really cool that we've got like a blurb, so those who haven't watched the story, it's quite violent. A lot of Daleks get blown up and a lot of people sadly lose their lives. It's quite a sad, grim story, but if you like your Dalek, action, then the Daleks definitely come back in full force in this episode. So the packaging has got this blue vortex. Now it's very much a nod to the Fifth Doctor. You've got his era, you've got the limited edition sticker on as well, the TARDIS. I do prefer this packaging to the Jodie Whittaker version that came out as her tenure of the Doctor that they went with, because I thought the silver packaging was a bit meh. But no, it's really, really cool. Again, very similar to what we've had recently. So as you can see, this Dalek has got a nice gloss effect, and I really like the tone of this grey. Now this is the Chase version. Now the local B&M that I normally go to has loads of these on the shelf, so if anyone's up for army building, just literally I would say get them, because they're at a reasonable price. Now these Daleks have gone down to like £15, which I think was the original price anyway. I think they were like £19 originally, or like £15. Was it £12.99? Oh god, it's been a while. But I think they're really cool. Like, they look menacing as hell. I like the use of the gloss and the shininess as well. It just really sets off the set. I also like the scuff marks on the Dalek as well. Like, it's bursted through like the shield at the beginning of the episode, and it's like going through the debris, and either like they've just been skulking around in the warehouse, you know, causing trouble. I love the shiny eyes, and oh my gosh, I feel like even like so as far as detail goes, this Dalek gets a 10 out of 10. It's even got the little exterminator little flower flap thing that comes out when they're about to fire. This wasn't included previously on either the Toys R Us version or the original standard version, so it's nice to see that added here. I do think that the other cool thing that they've got going for them as well is that it's done in this gloss paint, and with the Chase variant being available, if you're lucky, I think it's cool to sort of, you know, like recreate that scene with Davros that you seen at the beginning of the video. You know, you could do so many things with these. Like, you could do such like, I feel like cool's gonna be the word of the video, but like you can be very, very creative with your like figures and do some like, you know, stop motion animation and just recreate scenes from the episode, you know, where the Daleks are having a civil war or something. So yeah, it's really, really cool to see it. The articulation is very standard. It's got 3 wheels, the head does a 360, the plunger does a 360, the exterminator gun does a 360. In hand, honestly, they don't look as bright as you think, but they definitely stand out, not massively against the original versions. It's like the original versions look like the publicity photos, and the newer versions look a little bit more like when they're in the spaceship and they've got that kind of like shine to them. Next up, we've got the Dalek Supreme from the story, which sadly is featured on screen for a little bit of the story, but I don't feel like, you know, we don't see them face to face with the Doctor unless it's on like a monitor screen in the TARDIS, and when it speaks to the Doctor directly towards the end of the episode. I think it would have been quite cool if this Dalek would have made a bit more of a impact in the story. Do you know, like how I know some of the other Daleks can come across quite aggressive and, you know, desperate and domineering, etc. But I just think it would have been cool to maybe have like this Dalek interact with the leader of the prison ship. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was so much stuff that I feel would have been good to have in that episode. Like, you know, if the Supreme, oh my god, could you imagine if the Supreme was in like the airlock scene and got destroyed? Like, wait. Anyway, but I think it would have been cool to have had this Dalek interact with the Doctor on screen a little bit, you know. But anyway, not to criticise or review the episode. It's a good episode. I had a higher body count than the Terminator. Now, as you can see, this Dalek's done in a very nice glossy black. Now, it's also got the Dalek gun painted, like it's about to exterminate the Doctor or something. Now, as you can see, it's got the high neck bin that's been added, which wasn't, as I've said, wasn't present on the original one. So I was in two minds about getting a chase variation of this set, because obviously you're stuck with another Supreme Dalek. On the same, absolutely beautiful, absolutely brilliant. You know, the paint job's fantastic. I've heard people say it's a little bit too shiny. Again, I can't really compare it to the other one. I've seen pictures, I've seen like the odd review, but I just think it kind of reminds me of like a Star Wars looking Dalek. It would have been cool if they would have done, you know, like the Destiny of the Daleks back base to this Dalek, like the skirt section. But anywho, I think it's a really good design. It's nice to have it in the collection finally for fans that missed out. And yeah, it opens up the possibility for me to make like a custom red Dalek. So I'm really tempted to do that. Again, articulation's the same, 3 wheels, 360 head, eye goes up and down, plunger, side to side, full 360, they're on ball joints. And again, posability is endless. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's the might of the Daleks! Exterminate!